We are live, folks.
All right, welcome, folks.
Hopefully you guys are having a great day. I have as well had a pretty awesome day. We've been doing a lot of programming today. So we're going to be doing some programming tonight. I'm super excited. Michael, are you excited about tonight?
I am. I'm really excited about our topic today. So, do you want to talk about, kind of what our topic is, Tay, or do you want me to introduce it?
How about you introduce it?
Okay. So we were at a meeting today, and we heard about this new GUI framework, or
New to us.
New to us, called BeeWare, BeeWare, and it's a very interesting thing because it advertises to be a cross-platform toolkit for building native applications. It even works with iOS and Android, Mac and Windows, all with using Python. And so we wanted to do. Yep, chat is working. So we wanted to do a stream to talk about this and to show if this is accessible or not. I did it on macOS, the tutorial, and it was accessible. So Tay is going to try it on Windows, and we're going to see how it goes. And I'm going to be working on a few other little side projects about this while she's doing that.
Yeah, so if anyone's in chat, go ahead and say hi. Because it's going to be a pretty awesome stream. So, and now we know that chat's working. Let's go ahead and get this party started. So, let's see. We've got 2 people watching, which is awesome. So if you're here, go ahead and say hi. But what we're going to start off with is, before we do anything, we need to go ahead and install BeeWare, because we really can't use it unless we install it. So that's our first order of business. So what I'm going to do, Michael, I'm hearing myself. Welcome, Alberto, to the channel. There we go. Alright, so now that we got that little audio thing out of the way, welcome to the stream, Alberto. Okay. So,
That's Roberto. Welcome, Roberto. Your speech just went off. Yes, I am. Taylor's stream just crashed, folks. So, Taylor's computer just crashed, folks. So, when she gets back, we will continue. You probably hit your leave meeting button. You probably hit that leave meeting button. All right, welcome back.
Thank you. I hit the leave meeting button, but I didn't this time, hopefully. Alright. So, let me close out my email so that way no one can, see all my emails. So yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. Alright. Let me turn on my original sound. And let's go ahead and get this party started. Just after I do one thing real quick. Alright. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my sound as well, so you guys are going to hear the screen reader. Because if you guys do not know, both of us are legally blind. So I use a screen reader called NVDA to read the screen and to help me use the computer. And Michael uses magnification. So, just as a afterthought there.
Meeting control.
Which does mean that you will hear the chat being read through. So just keep that in mind. If you don't want something to be read aloud, it will be, because I have the chat coming through and the screen reader.
Right once. Deploy app.
So I have the BeeWare website open. Is it BeeWare.com, Michael?
BeeWare.org.
Yep, so BEE, right?
WARE.
WARE.org.
List with 6 items. Link project.
So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the homepage
BeeWare heading
here.
level 1. Heading level 2. Right once. Deploy everywhere.
I'm just going to kind of read a little bit before I get started.
Write your apps in Python and release them on iOS, Android, Windows, macOS, Linux, Web, and tvOS.
So it's really cool because you can release these on mobile. I'm not sure what you covered when I was gone, Michael, but...
Using rich native user.
Nothing.
Okay, using rich
Experience
native
on every
user
platform.
interface.
Button take the tutorial.
I can take the tutorial,
Button I want to contribute. Button take the
I'll
How to
go
use
ahead
BeeWare
and do
BeeWare.
that.
Navigation landmark visited link BeeWare. List with
and welcome to our Discord bots.
How
They
to use
just went
BeeWare
off.
heading level 1. How do I get started using the BeeWare tools?
Alright,
The BeeWare suite is made up of a lot of projects stashed so many that it's easy to get confused and not know where to start. The best place to start is the link BeeWare tutorial. It will walk you through the process of creating an application using the BeeWare suite of tools. Content info and link BeeWare to
viewer tutorial, that's
BeeWare
what I'm
and
going to go
BeeWare 0.
through that
navigate
now.
link graphic logo. Main landmark BeeWare heading level 1. Write Python. Run anywhere. BeeWare is a suite of tools and libraries, each of which works together to help you write cross-platform native Python applications. It includes : list with 5 items link toga, a cross-platform widget toolkit semi.
So that's nice.
Link briefcase, a tool for packaging Python projects as distributable artifacts that can be shipped to.
So briefcase could actually replace Py installer, Py to app, Py to exe, because it will create native installers for your apps, which is pretty cool. So even if you're not using BeeWare, you could still use the briefcase platform.
End user semi. Link Rubicon Opt C, a library for working with Objective-C libraries on iOS and macOS from within Python.
Rubicon.
Code semi. Link Rubicon Java, a library for working with Java libraries from within Python. Code semi. Pre-compiled builds of Python that can be used on platforms where official Python installers aren't available. Out of list, you can use each of the tools in isolation, or you
So
can
it's
use all of them in a
nice
suite.
because it's basically almost like a suite of tools, right? It's called the BeeWare suite. So there's a lot of different tools that you can use, and you could only maybe use one of these tools, or you could use all of them. And I find that really cool, don't you, Michael?
Yes.
The full BeeWare suite also includes link software development tools and link applications that have been written using BeeWare's own libraries. The BeeWare suite is available on macOS, Windows, Linux left parent, using GTK right parent, semi on mobile platforms such as Android and iOS semi, and for the web. Support for other platforms left parent, such as set-top boxes and watches right parent, is on our long-term roadmap. Platform support. The BeeWare suite is a work in progress. Some tools and libraries are more mature than others, and some platforms have better support than others. In particular, web support should be considered experimental only.
So that's something else to know, folks, is that the support of these tools are different depending on the platform. So some of these platforms have less support than others. So just keep that in mind. Michael, were you going to say something?
Nope. I was trying to figure out something.
Ready to try BeeWare for yourself.
Alright, ready to try BeeWare for ourselves.
Link,
Let's build a
cross-platform application in Python.
cross-platform? Really? Cross-platform application in Python.
Footer navigation main tutorial
So
0.
this
Let's get set up.
tutorial
MSU.
seems really logical. I really like this. And again, if the screen reader's a little bit annoying, folks, you know, now you kind of know how we... Now you kind of know the life of a blind person, right? This is kind of how we, you know, interpret information. So I kind of like this because this is an accessibility stream as well as a general programming stream. So it's pretty cool. Alright.
Navigation latest. Main landmark tutorial
Let's
0.
get set
Let's get set up. Heading level 1. Before we build our first BeeWare app, we have to make sure we've got all the prerequisites
Alright.
for running BeeWare.
Install
Heading level
Python.
2,
I already
install
have Python installed.
The first thing we'll need is a working Python interpreter. Running Python 3.7. Tab selected macOS. Tablet app Windows.
I
If you're
can
on
go
macOS,
ahead
you
and
can get
just
the
skip
official
this
installer from.
section.
Install dependencies heading level 2. Next, install the additional dependencies needed for your operating system. Tab selected
I'm going
macOS.
to select
Tab
Windows.
Linux. Tab Windows. Selected. Building BeeWare apps on Windows requires : list with 1 item Git. A version
I already
control
have
kit.
Git. Oh, there's a typo. It said from. Haha. Little typo there, BeeWare.
Link.scm.org.
And apparently a typo led to people being crazy outside of my window. So.
Out of list after installing these tools, you should ensure you
Okay.
restart any terminal sessions. Windows will only expose newly installed tools. Terminal started after the install is completed.
Set up a
Level 2,
virtual environment.
We're now going to create a virtual environment dash left quote
Which is
sandbox,
a
right quote, that we can use
sandbox
isolate our work.
to isolate your work.
On this tutorial from our main Python installation, if we install packages into the virtual environment, our main Python installation left parent and any other Python project
Michael,
on the
did
computer
you
right
create a
parent won't
virtual environment?
I did not. I just skipped that part.
Okay. Should I show that part or it's pretty...
You can. And they have sections for doing it in Windows, too.
They do. So all these have different sections. We can do that together.
And start again without affecting any other Python
And I
project
don't
on the
have
computer without
Conda
the need.
or PyEnv Win as well. I don't have that, so...
To read dash install Python.
I'm gonna
Tab
type
macOS.
Windows.
Tab Linux. Tab selected Windows. C : greater MD BeeWare dash
Okay,
tutorial.
so it wants me to make a new directory. so-
Greater C : greater MD greater M D space D.
I'm just going to go ahead and
Tutorial.
open up Terminal.
Start
I love the
E,
Windows 11
enter,
terminal.
Windows terminal term PSC :
I'm gonna
users
do...
/
Oh, yes, I
greater
misspelled
PSC :
my
C,
name when I
space.
created my user. It says Tayer. Nice job for me. Michael is laughing his butt off.
Nope.
O C U CD PSC : users /
Documents,
documents greater PSC :
MKDIR.
K D
I'm
space.
going to call this BeeWare tutorial. Michael, do you put camel case in your file names, or do you do underscores?
No, just underscores.
Oh, really? I've been taught to do camel case.
For Python, they stress using underscores.
They do, but I'm saying for general file names, like for.
Oh, yeah, it depends on what I'm doing.
I'm just gonna do camel case. It's just easier.
Directory C /users /tayer /documents mode left right time link
Didn't
name
I say to make a new
14-6
directory? I did, didn't I?
ESC /users /tayer /documents greater BeeWare tutorial item with a
Okay.
specified name C /ESC /C space
Okay.
BeeWare tutorial.
Now I'm gonna do a really awesome command, folks. Can you guess what it is? Michael, do you know where I'm going?
Nope.
Code, period. This will simply open up the current folder in VS Code, which is my editor of choice. And if you want to know more, go ahead and check out my setting up a development environment as a blind developer video that is on this channel, and I can later link in the description if you want to check that out as well. So code, period.
Space dot. Visual Studio Code
Okay.
document busy.
So I have my text editor open, and now I'm going to continue with the tutorial.
Windows PowerShell 01 tutorial 0 tutorial C greater CD BeeWare tutorial C greater pi -m
Okay,
BeeWare
so
dash m
Python
greater pi dot greater p y space
pi
m
dash
space.
m. Obviously, I have to do Python dash m. So venv, which is a virtual environment manager, Michael?
Virtual environment something. I'm not sure.
Okay, so we're going to do Python
BeeWare tutorial dash visual Windows PowerShell Windows PSC y
dash m
space dash m space
venv. I'm going to call this BeeWare tutorial.
ARETUTORIAL.
Okay, and we're going to create a virtual environment. Again, this will sandbox our work, so that way if we mess something up, it won't mess up our whole entire installation.
ESC /users /tayer /documents
Okay.
BeeWare tutorial greater ESC /users /tayer
And I know people are like, why are you using PowerShell? Because I can, because it's gotten a lot more accessible. And it's the Windows 11 terminal. Next thing I'm going to do is I need to activate this virtual environment, because right now it's not activated. So let me make sure that I do this right. I'm going to go back to my tutorial.
BeeWare tutorial dash Visual Studio Code tutorial C greater BeeWare dash vent
So
scripts activate dot
scripts. I think this is different on Windows, but let's see. Scripts.
Windows PowerShell with SCR cons.x 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 exe.sn
I'm going to do a...
EIR /E
Okay, I can't do that to LS in PowerShell.
LS directory C /users /tayer /documents BeeWare tutorial mode left right time length name 4-13-6-4-D5/5/29/2022 8:12 p.m. BeeWare tutorial PSC /users /tayer /documents BeeWare tutorial greater V E N ven N space V ven V space /S ven /S
Okay.
ven /S C R ven /SCR I P E S
Okay, so because what I'm going to try to... Actually, you know what?
C /ven dash E R A double E E D greater ven E E dash C great ven scripts ven scripts
I forgot I could just copy these installations.
Copy Windows ven scripts activate dot the module ven could not be loaded. For more information, run import dash module ven at line :1 jar :1 PSC.
So it's actually BeeWare tutorial, because it's my environment.
Ven /T A E V V E N V V N E V B scripts B D E E D W line :1 dot BeeWare tutorial scripts PSC users tayer documents BeeWare tutorial greater PSC users tayer documents
I'm going to trust that this worked.
ESC users tutorial. If this worked, your prompt should now be changed. It should have a left parent, BeeWare dash ven right parent prefix. This ven / lets you know that you're currently in your BeeWare virtual environment. Whenever you're working on this tutorial, you should make sure your virtual environment is activated. If it isn't, run the last command left parent, deactivate command right parent to activate
Alright,
your
let me
environment.
make sure.
Windows PSC users tayer documents BeeWare tutorial greater PSC PSC A D dot BeeWare tutorial scripts activate.
You know, it's not activating it. I'm gonna, yeah, it's not saying that it's actually activated. So I just want to make sure. So I'm gonna actually open up my CMD, because for some things, don't you remember? Some things it's just a little bit easier. I love the terminal, folks, but there's some things.
I don't know PowerShell. Terminal, you can run command line in terminal. Remember that. You don't have to use PowerShell or WSL. You can use Windows Terminal to run CMD.
You can.
Tutorial Z Blank. CFD. Text folder C. D space.
Okay.
C colon backslash. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor Grader. C colon C. D O C U F E S. C colon back C space.
Okay.
CDP
And then I'm
tutorial.
gonna
C
do.
colon backslash users backslash Taylor backslash documents backslash BeeWare tutorial grader. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor backslash vent backslash the system cannot find the path specified. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor
Okay,
backslash
so I'm gonna
documents.
do BeeWare.
Backslash backslash V N E N V backslash V backslash V N E V backslash D E N backslash N D W R tutorial. BeeWare tutorial is not
Okay.
recognized as an internal or external. C colon backslash L A E E E E double A R E T U T O R I A L space 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 L space backslash C R I T T S backslash A C T I A I I V A T E dot D A T left parent.
There we go.
C colon backslash users backslash Taylor backslash documents backslash
That
BeeWare
is
tutorial grader left
the
parent. BeeWare
virtual
tutorial right
environment.
parent. C left parent. BeeWare tutorial right parent. C colon backslash users backslash Taylor backslash documents backslash BeeWare
That
tutorial
way,
grader left
I'm
parent.
making
BeeWare
sure
tutorial right
that
parent.
I have my right environment and it's working great. So now we have our environment and we're ready to move on.
As tutorials, alternative virtual environments. If you're using Anaconda or Miniconda, you may be more familiar with using Conda environments. You might also have heard of Virtual, a predecessor to Python's built-in vent module. As with Python, installs dash it doesn't matter how you create your virtual environment.
Right, does not matter how you create your virtual environment as long as you have one. So just know you can use Conda or other methods as well.
Even then, strictly speaking, using a virtual environment is
You
optional.
can
install BeeWare's.
make it optional, so you don't have to install a virtual environment, but again, it helps with isolation, especially if you have multiple projects with multiple different versions of Python. It can be very helpful.
Tools directly into your main Python environment. However, it's
And they really
recommended.
stress, really recommended that you make sure that you have an environment.
That you use a virtual environment.
Next
Setting level
steps.
2 next steps. We've now set up our environment. We're ready to create our first BeeWare application.
Alright, let's next.
Footer navigate main lab. Tutorial 1 dash your
So
first
we're on
application.
tutorial 1.
Main landmark tutorial 1 dash your first app heading level 1. We're ready to create our first application.
If anyone's in chat, what do you guys think so far? You guys have any questions, or are you guys following along? Let me know what you guys think in chat, or if you're bored by the screen reader, that's optional as well. But let me know what your thoughts are in the chat, and we can kind of talk about things.
Heading level 2 install the BeeWare tools. First, we need to install Briefcase. Briefcase is a
Okay.
BeeWare tool that can be used to package your application for distribution to end users, but it can also be used to bootstrap a new project. Make sure you're in the BeeWare tutorial directory you created in. Visit link tutorial 0 with the BeeWare vent virtual environment activated and run : tab Mac OS,
I
tab
can
Linux,
choose
tab
Windows.
selected Windows, left parent, BeeWare vent right parenthesis C : / greater Python - pip install Briefcase.
So it said Python -m install briefcase, but I believe I could just do this through pip.
As BeeWare
Right, Michael, is that what you did?
tutorial 1
Well, in macOS I did pip install BeeWare and it installed everything.
Let me try that. Uh-oh.
C : /
But
left
apparently
parent, BeeWare
pip-
tutorial I P I S T A L L space D E E double A R E.
I just want to
Select
install
BeeWare,
the
select BeeWare,
whole
downloading BeeWare -0.3.0-5.2.5
Because I'm gonna need it all eventually, so I might as well just do it.
Downloading BeeWare -0.3.0-5.2.5
I don't need more screen reader verbiage
Successfully
than
installed Python
necessary.
3.1.
Just gonna shut it up for just a second. But let me know what you guys are thinking about in chat. Michael, what kind of craziness are you up to?
I've been looking through the documentation. From what I'm seeing, there are some limitations to this.
Okay.
Just like all other Python, it's not a limitation of this completely. More of a limitation to all Python
Modules. Or
GUI
platforms.
platforms.
Yes.
I do not see a way to enable multiple tabs on a window. There are notebooks in WX and similar things in PySide, but I'm not seeing a widget or anything like that to enable this on macOS. So an example of this is if you're in the terminal, it's built into macOS where you can do Command T, Command W to close the tab, and all those things. But one thing that I really like is that this does have a has a list. It has a detailed list, which lets you do things like native, apps where you can have an icon and or picture and then text. So there's a lot of things that this does do, like web views and things like that, that are not on other platforms.
Yeah, that is really cool. Again, there's always limitations, folks, but it's always about finding the right tool for the right job. Let's see if our BeeWare installation's done.
Left parent. BeeWare tutorial right parent. C colon.
It's done. Okay.
At BeeWare.
So I installed everything, and I'm gonna go back to my tutorial.
One of the BeeWare tools is Briefcase. Briefcase can be used to package your application for distribution to end users. But it can also be used to bootstrap a new project. Heading level 2. Bootstrap a new project.
All right. Let's go ahead and bootstrap a project.
Let's start our first BeeWare project. We're going to use the Briefcase new command to create an application called Hello World. Run the following from your command prompt: tab Mac OS, tab Linux, tab selected left parent, BeeWare dash vent right C colon, axle new, Briefcase will, Briefcase RIEFCASE,
Briefcase
will ask us.
Okay, so I'm gonna do
BeeWare
briefcase.
tutorial dash C colon backslash C colon DRIEFCASEW.
New.
Let's build a new Briefcase app. First, we need a formal name for your application. This is the name that will be displayed to humans whenever the name of the application is displayed. It can have spaces and punctuation if you like, and any capitalization will be used as you type it. Formal name left bracket hello world right bracket colon.
Hello world. Okay, so
Let's build a new Briefcase app. First, we need a formal name ELLO space WORLD. Next, we need a name that can serve as a machine-readable Python package name for your application. This name must be PEP 508-compliant. That means the name may only contain letters, numbers, hyphens, and underscore semi. It can't contain spaces or punctuation, and it can't start with a hyphen or underscore. Based on your formal name, we suggest an app name of Hello World, but you can use another name if you want. App name left bracket hello world right bracket colon.
I like hello world. That's exactly what I was gonna do.
Now we need a bundle identifier for your application. App stores need to protect against having multiple applications with the same name semi. The bundle identifier is the namespace they use to identify applications that come from you. The bundle identifier is usually the domain name of your company or project in reverse order. For example, if you are writing an application for Example Corp, whose website is example.com, your bundle would be prov.com.example.prov. The bundle will be combined with your application's machine-readable name to form a complete application identifier left parent e.g.com.example.hello world right parent. Bundle identifier left bracket com.example right bracket colon.
So what we're gonna do is
COMMOC.
or actually, would it be online, Michael? Because Techopolis.
Online at Techopolis.
Yep. So we're gonna do online because that's the domain extension for our Techopolis.
Techopolis.
And then it will do the hello world at the end.
Briefcase can manage projects that contain multiple applications, so we need a project name. If you're only planning to have one application in this project, you can use the formal name as the project name. Project name left bracket hello world right bracket colon.
I'm not going to have more than one project in this part, so I'm just going to press enter here.
Now we need a one-line description for your application. Description left bracket my first application right bracket colon.
All right, I'm going to say a tutorial application created while
Who do you want to be credited as the author of this application? This could be your own name or the name of your company you work for. Author left bracket Jane developer right bracket colon.
I'm going to say Taylor Art.
What email address should people use to contact the developers of this application? This might be your own email address or a generic contact address you set up specifically for this application. Author's email left bracket Taylor at techopolis.online right bracket colon.
Wait, how did it know my email, Michael?
That's one thing that's really cool. It uses it looks at your the name of your your reverse, like your
DNS
bundle identifier.
Bundle identifier.
Yeah, and then it takes your first name from the author name and puts that at the beginning of the email. It's using some cool Python stuff to put that as the beginning of the email, and then putting techopolis.online as your domain, which
That's
is
pretty
really
epic.
cool.
Yeah, I might as well use that email. Props to
the people who did that.
So I might as well just use that email.
What is the website URL for this application? If you don't have a website set up yet, you can put in the dummy URL. Application URL left bracket https://techopolis.online/hello world right bracket colon. What email address should people use to contact the developer?
So we'll just do techopolis.online, Michael. We don't really need to have a specific.
Just leave it the way it is.
Okay.
Because it's cool the way to do it.
Code. Select one of the following colon. Left bracket 1 right bracket DSD license left bracket 2 right bracket MIT license left bracket 3 right bracket Apache software license left bracket 4 right bracket new general public license v2 left parent GPL v2 right parent left bracket 5 right bracket new general public license v2 later left parent GPL v2 plus right parent left bracket 6 right bracket new general public license v3 left parent GPL v3 right parent left bracket 7 right bracket new general public license v3 later left parent GPL v3 plus right parent left bracket 8 right bracket proprietary left bracket 9 right bracket other project license left bracket 1 right bracket colon. What license do you want to use for this project's code? Select one of the following colon.
Any idea, Michael?
Most of those are open source. For now, I just do one enter.
1. What beat toolkit do you want to use for this project? Select one of the following colon. Left bracket 1 right bracket total left bracket 2 right bracket PySide 2 left parent. Does not support iOS/Android deployment right parent. Left bracket 3 right bracket PySide 6 left parent. Does not support iOS/Android deployment right parent. Left bracket 4 right bracket Pursuit PyBear left parent. Does not support iOS/Android deployment right parent. Left bracket 5 right bracket NumB framework left bracket 1 right bracket colon. What beat toolkit?
I'm going to do one, which is already selected. That's Toga.
Generating a new application hello world. Generating a new application hello world. Application hello world has been generated. To run your application, type colon CD hello world briefcase dev left parent BeeWare tutorial right parent C colon back left.
Alright, you know what? We don't have anything yet, Michael, but you know what we're going to do? Let's just run the app to make sure we're all golden. So, let me see where I'm at. I think I got to get in the application directory for Hello World.
Do CD space. Yeah.
CD space AE. CD hello world lower left parent BeeWare tutorial right parent DRIEFCASE left bracket hello world right bracket installing dependencies. Collecting toga dash winforms greater equals 0.3.0.dev
Toga
successfully installed Spy-1.15.0 CLR dash loader dash 0.17 bit cursor dash 2.21 Python dash 3.0.0 toga dash core dash 0.3.0.
So does that mean that it's using WinForms?
Sounds that way.
If it's saying Toga WinForms, folks, WinForms is a way to develop applications using WinForms. Wow, that didn't make any sense. WinForms is a framework created by Microsoft a long time ago. It's what the old Notepad used to be written in. I think I've got a window, Michael.
Land.
Can you confirm? Feels like I do.
I'm looking.
I'm gonna maximize it.
326 points.
Whoa, that didn't work.
At BeeWare tutorial dash Visual Studio Code tutorial 1 dash your first app meeting controls row 2 restream chat row 2 hello world row 2 column 3606.
Hello world, I've got an app window.
Oh.
What?
Modern look.
Are you saying, oh, this is bad?
No, oh, this is really good. It looks really good.
Oh, you scared the living daylights out of me for a
It
minute.
looks better than PySide. It's using the more modern interface.
Folks, what do you guys think in chat? Chat seems pretty quiet. Is anyone still here? What are you guys thinking? Are you thinking that...
It's using the rounded corners in Windows 11.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it doesn't do this in PySide or...
WX.
Or WX. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, folks. I'm going to close this window for now.
C colon backslash Windows backslash system. BeeWare
Alright, so...
tutorial. Use the following colon. List with 10 items formal name dash except the default value. App
I'm just going to... And the wizard was awesome. It was so descriptive. It was really cool.
The domain except project name. This author author's text URL dash URL at HT used if you license dash a tutorial. Choose another license. B framework dash accept the default option. Total.
Okay.
Out of list briefcase will then generate a project skeleton for you to use if you follow this tutorial so far and accepted the defaults as described. Your file system should look something like colon. BeeWare dash tutorial slash. BeeWare dash vent slash. Hello world slash license. Readme.rst. PyProject.com.
I love how it had all these things, even including a readme.
src slash. Hello world slash. Resources slash. Hello world.igs. Hello world.ico. Hello world.png. Line.py. Line.main.py. App.py. This skeleton is actually a fully functioning application without adding anything else. The src.
And that's also nice. This is a fully functioning application. While the application doesn't do anything, it's fully functional.
Folder contains all the code for the application, and the PyProject.com file describes how to package the application for distribution. If you open PyProject.com in the editor, you'll see the configuration details you just provided the briefcase. Now that we have a stub application, we can use briefcase to run the application. Heading level 2 run the app in developer mode. Move into the Hello World project directory and tell briefcase to start the project in developer left parent or dev right parent mode colon.
So this is in developer mode. You do briefcase dev.
Tab macOS, tab Linux, tab selected window left parent, BeeWare dash vent right parent, C colon dash left parent, blank, left bracket hello dash world right bracket installing dependencies.
And it will install the dependencies. Michael, you're typing away over there. You must be doing something here.
I'm looking something up.
Alright.
Left bracket hello world possible errors during installation. If you're using a more recent version of Python left parent, 3.9 plus right parent, this step may raise an error when installing dependencies. This will usually manifest as colon. Trace back left file quote less string greater quote, line 1, and less module greater. File quote C colon backslash local backslash temp backslash pip dash install dash issue line 37 line backslash python backslash setup.py quote, line 18, and less module greater. From wheel import this line wheel. Module not 40 dash module not found error colon, no module name wheel. 40 dash error colon, command error out with exit status 1 colon, Python setup.py line info check the logs for full command output. Depending on the specifics of your environment, it might also manifest as a report that includes the following colon, building with error colon, command error out with file quote C colon raise call process error.
I'm glad we didn't have any errors. That would have been very bad.
Subprice RC40 error colon setup.py.
I'm not going to read through all these errors because it'll be torture for y'all.
Failed to visit link Python. This is caused because the tutorial app depends on the link Python for .NET package to access system libraries on
Now, Python for .NET. So on Windows, it uses Python for .NET. Again, another typo there, folks.
package dash it contains C number modules that need to be compiled. The Python for .NET team publish compiled versions of these modules, but they sometimes lag behind in support of more recent versions of Python.
That's something great to know. Sometimes it will lag behind more recent support versions of Python for the .NET package. So that's also something to keep in mind, and that's why virtual environments can be very helpful.
If you get this error, you have 4 options colon. Block quote list with 4 items 1. Use an older version of Python. Check the link with 2. Install a pre-release version of Python for .NET. The 3.0 release, which is currently in alpha. Testing is a pure Python package and only requires that the link.NET 5 SDK is installed on your computer. Python free. Configure process and link to Py4. Install and link this collection of wheels and install some file.w out of list out of block quotes. This should open the B window colon. Tab macOS. Tab
Alright.
Linux. Tab graphic hello world tutorial 1 window on Windows.
I really like the alt text of these images. Hello World tutorial on Windows. It's very descriptive and it describes the purpose of the image. So good job, folks.
Press the close button left parent or select quit from the applications menu right parent and you're done.
Alright.
Congratulations dash you've just written a standalone native application in Python.
Awesome.
Heading level 2 next steps.
Next steps.
We now have a working application running in developer mode. Now we can add some logic of our own to make our application do something a little more interesting. In link tutorial 2, we'll put a more useful user interface onto our application. Footer navigation at mainland.
Let's go to tutorial 2.
BeeWare 0.3. Main landmark tutorial 2 making it interesting. Heading level 1.
Making it interesting.
Visited link to ourselves. Let's take a look at what was generated for us. Heading level 2. What was generated in the src/hello world directory? You should see 3 files: line.py marks the hello world directory as an importable Python module. It is an empty file. Very fact that exists tells the Python interpreter that the hello world directory defines a module. Line.py marks the hello world module as a special kind of module dash an executable module. If you try to run the hello world module using Python dash m hello world, the line.py file is where Python will start executing the contents of line.py is relatively simple: from hello world import main. And if line equals line colon main left parent right parent dot main line loop left parent right parent.
All right.
Catastation imports the main method from the hello world app and if it's being executed as an entry point, calls the main left parent right parent method and starts the application's main loop. The main loop is the way the application listens for user input left parent, like mouse clicks and keyboard presses right parent. The more interesting file is app.py dash this contains the logic that creates our application window colon import toga.
So this is the app.py, which I'm gonna go ahead and open.
BeeWare tutorial dash Visual Studio Code row 1. BeeWare tutorial dash Visual Studio Code application 5. BeeWare tutorial collapse 1 of 2 level hello world collapse 2 of 2 expand level 2 src nuts dot container nuts sr expand level 3 hello world dot this dash info nuts level 2 dot container level hello world not selected collapse 1 of expand level 4 line pick 8 line resources not selected line dot py not selected 5 line main line app.py not selected main
App.py.
Quote the tutorial application created while reading the official tutorial.
And again, this is my comment. So I even had the documentation. So it even put the doc string there, Michael, where I had my description. And folks, if you guys want me to do this, I will go ahead and put this application on GitHub so you guys can see it when I'm done. So.
Quote.
Okay.
Import toga. From toga.style import pack.
So the pack, the CSS variant, that's what Michael described the pack as.
From toga.style.pack import column row.
Column row.
Land. Class hello world left parent. Toga.app right parent colon.
Got a class of toga.app.
Land. 4 space step startup left parent. Self right parent colon.
If you guys are not familiar with those tones, that is how I tell the indentation. So it's 4 spaces and it makes a tone. If you guys aren't familiar with that, go check out my other video where I set up my development environment. But that is a screen reader feature so that I, as a blind programmer, understand my indentation.
8 space quote. Instruct and show the toga application. No indent land. 8 space usually you would add your application to a main content box. We then create a main window left parent with a name matching the app right parent and show the main window. Quote. Main line box equals toga.box left parent right parent. No indent land. 8 space self dot main line window equals toga dot main window left parent. Title equals self dot formal line name right parent. Self dot main line with space.
I like that it uses a formal name, so I don't even have to try to make another title. It just seems so put together in terms of the new app process. We know with PySide, it just basically start for a new Python file, Michael. Remember, you don't have any of this bootstrapping stuff. WX is the same way.
Self dot main line window dot show left parent right parent. No indent land. Def main left parent right parent colon.
Okay.
4 space return hello world left parent right parent. No indent land.
So that's what we have from the get-go.
Quote.
All right.
As tutorial.
So.
From toga.style import pack. From toga land class hello world def star main land. Self dot main line window dot show.
It already had the same stuff on the tutorial.
Return. Let's go through this line by line colon.
Now we're gonna go through it line by line.
Import toga. From toga.style import pack.
Oh, Michael has something to say. Sorry, Michael.
Before you do that, I was reading on the website like why they explain why they call it toga.
Okay.
And it's interesting because toga is based off native widgets, right?
Yep.
And so it's said, when in Rome, do what the Romans do, which is basically use native stuff, right? And what did the Romans wear but togas? So that's pretty interesting, and I thought it was a well thought of name.
Yeah, Michael. Any other points to add before we go ahead and make some code? Anything?
No.
Just tell the users what you guys are doing. I don't think we have any more chat, do we? I haven't heard anything.
No new chats that I've seen. But I am just looking at how to integrate it with other libraries. So I was going to integrate it with a library called Rich for handling rich text. The issue with that, though, is that you cannot do that because when you're using Rich, that's using its own print statement to do that.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
On the console. So you would have to use pack, the CSS or style.pack in Toga to make those kind of changes.
Yep, you would.
Import from toga.style import pack. From toga.style.pack import column row. First, we import the Toga widget toolkit as well as some style-related utility classes and constants. Our code doesn't use these yet, but we'll make use of them shortly. Then we define a class colon. Class hello world left parent. Toga.app right parent colon. Each Toga application has a single Toga.app instance representing the running entity that is the application. The app may end up managing multiple windows but for simple applications there will be a single main window. Next, we define a startup left parent right parent method colon. F startup left parent, self right parent, colon, main line box equals toga.box left parent, right parent. The first thing the startup method does is to define a main box. Toga's layout scheme behaves similar to HTML. You build an application by constructing a collection of boxes, each of which contains other boxes or actual widgets. You then apply styles to these boxes to define how they will consume the available window space.
Nice.
In this application, we define a single box, but we don't put anything into it. Next, we define a window into which we can put this empty box: self.mainLine window equals token.main window left parent. Title equals self.formal line name right parent. This creates an instance of a token.main window which will have a title matching the applications. Name: a main window is a special kind of window, and token dash is a window that is closely bound to the lifecycle of the app. When the main window is closed, the application exits. The main window is also the window that has the applications menu left parent. If you're on the platform like Windows where menu bars are part of the window right parent.
Wait, does it already have a menu by default, Michael?
Yes, it does.
That's pretty awesome. PySide does not.
We then add our empty box as the content of the main window and instruct the application to show our window: self.mainLine window.content equals mainline box. Self.mainline window.show left parent right parent. Last of all, we define a main left parent right parent method. This is what creates the instance of our application: f main left parent right parent : return hello world left parent right parent. This main left parent right parent method is the one that is imported and invoked by line mainline line.py. It creates and returns an instance of our hello world application. That's the simplest possible token application. Let's put some of our own content into the
I'm very impressed so far.
application and make the app do something interesting. Heading level 2, adding some content of our own.
One of the things that I like too is they're using headings on their webpage.
Oh, yes. From an accessibility perspective, y'all know, maybe you don't, Michael especially knows, I am a big heading critic. If there's not headings, I will call it out, because that's something I have to do all the time at work, and I'm very observant of accessibility. And I'm very, very impressed with the way that this tutorial is written. It's very accessible for everyone, and I really like the way that this is done. Agreed, Michael?
Yep.
So yeah, headings on the webpage is awesome. Alt text is awesome.
Modify your hello world class inside src/hello world/app.py so that it looks like this:
Alright.
class hello world left parent, token.app right parent, def startup left parent, self right parent,
Okay.
mainline box equals token.box left parent, style equals tag left parent, direction equals column right parent,
Alright, so
def's main
let's
box
just-
equals token.left parent, style equals tag.
Okay, so you-
equals TACK.
let's go ahead and do that real
App.py
quick. I just want to do one line at a time, and that way I don't mess something up.
A tutorial input from token.stop, black force
Alright.
def startup left parent, self right parent,
So you guys are going to actually see how I code in real time. You know, having to go back and forth. So this is going to be pretty interesting trying to do on stream.
Space construct and show the token application. No indent blank. Space usually you would add, we then create a main window left parent, show the main window, mainline box equals token, mainline box equals space TOGA dot DOX left parent, right parent, left X,
Alright,
left parent, right
let's
parent.
see, what was this? Style.
ST suggest list S1 of 1192 ST. Accept the T, right parent, Y suggest list, style equals 1 of 75, app.py equals, right parent.
Style equals, again, my autocomplete's
F
awesome.
mainline box equals token dot left parent, style equals tag left parent, okay.
Okay.
Left parent, D.
And then,
Tab circle app.
pack.
T suggest list, has 1 of 630, app.p, suggest list, tag 1 of 600, app.py, K, right parent.
And then, let's see.
Tutorial 2, I, R, I, D, left parent, K, left parent.
Oh, no, okay,
Circle,
parentheses. Oops.
Star.
Ugh. Jeez,
Star,
if I can
and,
actually
and,
get a
left
parentheses in.
D, I, R, E, C, T, I, O, N, right parent.
Direction.
Right parent, right parent.
Okay.
Tutorial D, I, R, E, C, T, I, O, N equals C, O, L, U, M, N.
Equals
Circle left
column.
N, right parent, equals C, O, L, U, M, N.
Yeah.
Suggest list, column 1 to 1.
In all
App.n,
caps.
right parent. Task right parent, line feed.
Right parentheses.
Circle left, line feed, right parent.
And two parentheses. Okay. So, again, I just did this all, you know, I could have copied and pasted it, but the best way to learn code is to type it in yourself. That way I can memorize the muscle memory. Wouldn't you agree with that, Michael?
Or copy and paste and then, go back through line by line. But, each person has different ways that they learn. Like for me, I like to copy and paste it in and see what it does and then go back and analyze the results. So it's all depending on what works best for you and how you work.
But since we're doing a tutorial, I figured it'd be best for me to just type it in.
Mm-hmm.
That way you guys can see what I'm doing. So, alright.
Blank. Name line label equals token dot line feed. Blank. Space N equals token dot label.
Name underscore
Circle
label.
Main line
Okay.
column right parent line feed.
So name
N A M E line name please L A app D E L
equals
space T
Toga.
O suggest list T 1 of 6 on T. Task token 1 of 20 app dot A line feed dot suggest list activity indicator 1 of 66.
Awesome. They do have autocompletes for Toga.
Add tutorial O G A dot L A D E L
And all these methods, are these methods, Michael, for like Toga.label?
dot line
Is
feed.
that what they're called? Or they,
Yeah, they're methods to create the label.
methods, yeah. Dot
L
label.
suggest list label 1 of 3 app dot L line feed.
And then, let's see.
Tutorial
Well, as of
Circle,
loose
add
speech. Hold on.
tutorial 2 dash making it out of list with 3 items.
It's a complex type, not necessarily a method.
No.
Out of link visited link
But you know
tutorial
what
0.
just happened? I lost focus.
Main landmark tutorial 2
So let's
dash
figure this
heading
out.
level 1 was generated
So-
heading level 2. Hours visit in heading level 1 to
Okay.
link tutorial 9 dash link to link tutorial 7 link
Let me
link
get back
link
focus.
BeeWare.
I lost focus.
Main landmark tutorial 2 in visit our set main landmark tab content tab control Mac OS tab 1 of 3 tabs left pair blank left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode. You'll note applicant depend you run briefcase dev.
Yeah, this is
Tab
unfortunate.
content
Okay.
Windows property page hello world tutorial 2 if you enter a name in the text box and press graphic tab tab Mac OS.
Don't you hate when things lose focus, Michael?
History run dependencies application has been run before and to save time will only run the application. You'll notice that this time will stand up print left parent quote hello
All
text
right.
argument generator last self domain window and
Here we
next
go.
widget instance dash something that we'll use in a moment.
What we're gonna do
The text input is assigned as an instance variable is marked as will have here. Read self dot right parent style equals tag your name colon name line label equals toga dot label left parent. Your name colon line feed space hit y o u r space n a m e colon
Okay, so I'm gonna
Circle
use a
L,
single
line
quotes.
feed.
You can either
left parent text left parent str right parent colon text of the label dot a text label art colon backslash and then dsp semi and then dsp semi and then dsp semi and then dsp semi text left parent str right parent
and I like that they have the hints there.
Quote. p l e a s e space e f e e r space r e t n e e n t e r space y o u r space n a m e quote right parent quote e quote
Okay,
dot quote right line feed right quote right line
perfect. So please enter your name. Perfect. Okay, so
tutor style equals tag left parent padding equals name colon blank style equals tag t y l e equals
oh, you know
circle
what?
left space line feed
I
line
messed
space
that up.
space
Hold
space
on.
dot quote right parent space
Well, I didn't mess it
dot
up
quote right parent
totally,
e
but
dot quote right parent quote right parent
style.
comma it equals none it left s such e st style equals 2 of 700 app dot equal right parent t suggest list tag 1 of 600 app dot k right parent
Pack
tutorial e equals t a c k left parent t a d d
left
circle left parent
parentheses.
p a d d d d a d tutorial to d d d a d
Okay, padding.
circle left a suggest app dot py editor as a left pair right parent t a d d pair I line padding except g n i d d a d line t
Oops.
line left parent t a d a d
I should not have accepted that.
d d I
Autocomplete.
n g right parent right g right parent
Autocomplete sometimes gets the best of you.
d d I n g equals left parent 0
Okay,
circle left
equals.
star left parent left g left parent right parent left parent g left parent right
Okay,
parent
0.
0 comma tutorial to comma space 5 right parent
5.
task circle left dot 5 right parent task to right parent line right parent line right parent right parent 5 right parent line feed right parent line feed
Okay,
circle main name line label equals toga dot label left parent quote please enter your name quote style equals tag left parent padding left parent 0 5 right parent
a lot of parentheses. You know, earlier in the meeting we talked about getting parentheses and periods in the right place and that kind of thing. And this is a true case of that. You've got a lot of periods and parentheses and elements here. And this is where it's a lot of mistakes can happen sometimes. So just keep that in mind, folks, 'cause there's a lot of different things when you're working at this. And this is not something that is easy for beginners, wouldn't you say, Michael? You should have some Python fundamentals. Because
Yes, you should. I'm muted for the time being while I figure some things out. So
Okay.
I am here and listening.
line
Just-
feed
cool. Alright, so let's see what we're doing here.
self dot name line input equals toga dot text input left parent style equals tag left parent flex equals 1 right parent right parent self dot name right parent
So-
self dot name line input
Self name
task circle left
input.
s e l f dot a m e app dot py dot line feed n a m e line app dot I n p u t space equals space t o g a
So now we're going to do the input. So
toggle toga 1 of 11 app a line feed
Dot
dot suggest list activity I
input.
n text icons 1 of text input 2 icon 3 of text input 2 of icon number icon text input 2 of 7 at t line feed right self dot name line input equals toga dot text input left right self dot name line equals
toga.text input is what will allow us to do a text input instead of a numeric input.
toga dot text input left parent style equals tag
Okay.
circle left t line feed t u t line feed
Left
left parent
parentheses.
it equals none
Style.
s t y style equals app equal right parent p suggest list tag 1 of 6
Tag.
app dot k right parent
Left
parent
parentheses.
tutorial
No.
to right self dot name line right self dot name line equals space e left parent flick f l f left k c a p a c k left f l e x
Left parentheses.
circle left parent right parent f
Flex.
l float e fileplex x fileplex 1 of 8 app x e l f left parent f l e x right parent
Okay.
tutorial task circle left
Jesus.
equals
Okay.
1 right parent 1 equal x e l f left parent f l e x equal 1 right parent
Equals 1.
circle left x right parent equals 1 1 right parent line feed
Okay.
to line feed h e self here redefine the label on the text input both widgets
Perfect.
of styles associated with them the label will have 5 px of padding on its left and right and no padding on the top and bottom. The text input is marked as the inflexible dash that is it will absorb all available space in its layout axis. The text input is assigned as an instance variable of the class. This gives us easy access to the widget instance dash something that we'll use in a moment.
Alright.
Next we define a box to hold these two widgets colon
So now we're going to define. Okay.
name line box equals toga dot box left parent style equals tag left parent direction equals row padding equals 5 right parent
Okay, so
next name widgets colon name line box
name underscore
name
box.
self dot name line right parent right line feed n a m e name line d o x space
Equals.
space t o g a dot activity indicator Widgets colon name line box equals toga dot box.
Toga
Tab circle
dot
laptop dot line
box.
feed. T suggest list table 1 of O app dot py editor O T D suggest O. Button box 1 of 2 app dot X line feed. Left parent is equals none. Is left parent str
Okay.
tutorial space T equals toga dot box left parent style S T Y L E.
Style.
Circle left right parent S T S T Y style equals app dot equal right parent
Pack.
T suggest list pass 1 of 600 A. C pack line pack 1 of 8 except K right parent. Tutorial equals P A C K left D I R E. Circle
Direction.
left parent FMT call D I R. No indent blank space R right parent E suggest list directory 1 of 30 directory 2 of directory 3 entry 4 name 5 there's dict read of 35 directory 9 of 30 app dot E right parent E R I D I R E right parent C such E directory 1 of 9 I select dialog O disable reflection key select dialog app dot direct right direct show I R E C T I O right parent N suggest list disable reflection key 1 of 1 app
Okay.
tutorial R E C T left parent style equals pack S T left parent direction equals O D I R E C T I O N equals R O double comma
Equals
circle
row.
left N right parent equals R O O O W set comma app dot py editor as auto
Comma.
tutorial W comma space E A D D
Padding.
circle app dot P suggest A pack pass 1 of 320 D D parent I line padding N app G N I D D A P A P line A line P P comma P A D D I N G right parent
Equals
test tutorial D D I N G equals 5 right parent
5.
circle app dot py equals 5 right parent
Okay.
tutorial circle app
And
5 right parent right line feed.
All right. So I wrote that line up.
Self name line box equals toga dot box left parent style equals pack left parent direction equals O padding equals 5 right parent
And again, as I get better at this, folks, it'll be easier, right? But since this is my first time seeing this, this is kind of why it's taking this long, okay? So now, I don't know why this keeps losing focus.
name line box equals toga dot box left parent style equals pack left parent direction
Okay.
equals O name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent
Name, okay,
circle
so,
left right parent
oops,
right parent line feed N A M E
name,
dot app dot py editor as auto dot line D O X right line feed name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent
that was not supposed to happen. I used GitHub Copilot by accident, and it filled in the rest of the line of the code. Well, thanks, GitHub Copilot. GitHub Copilot, if you haven't checked it out, it's a great autocomplete pilot tool. It's in technical preview right now, and I have gone ahead and enrolled in that, and I have gotten through, so it just went ahead and filled in that line for me. Thanks, GitHub Copilot. You are pretty epic. Okay.
circle left name line box dot add left parent self dot name line input right parent name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent
Did it add all of it?
circle left no indent blank space right line feed N A M E name accept name E line feed right parent
Deborah Armstrong. Are you using just speech or a braille display too?
Good question, Deborah. No, I am actually just using speech. My braille is pretty bad. I had neuropathy when I was a kid, and so ever since then, my braille reading speed has not recovered. Right? So ever since my braille neuropathy craziness in 8th grade, my braille reading speed has always been very, very, very slow, and it's to the point where it's not even efficient. So I do have Braille Edge, and I've tried to use it for coding, but again, it's very, very, very slow for me at this point. So it's, again, not easy, and again, I'm also being more careful since I'm on stream. Sometimes I'll go really fast if I'm not, or I'll use more autocompletes and things since I'm on stream, right? But
Deborah
since
Armstrong.
I'm not
I don't think I could do what you are doing without braille.
Yeah, it is really difficult sometimes. Don't get me wrong. So I wish I could use Braille at a bigger level, right? But it's definitely really crazy. Okay, so
name M E line feed line suggest list name line box 1 of 9 prov app dot py editor prov line feed space D suggest list name line box app dot name line box X line feed dot suggest list add 1 of 49 app dot D line feed left parent star children colon N each N suggest list N 1 of 200 name line box 2 of non local 3 of not 4 of A M E line name line box I N app dot py editor right line feed right T U name line box dot add left parent name line input right parent.
All right, so I added the name input and the name label to the name box. And again, I used a lot of autocomplete there, right? That was a lot of autocompletion. Okay, now.
Name line box dot add left parent self dot name line input right parent.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to do self dot name input. Let me fix that.
Name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent circle name line box dot add left parent name line input left parent N S E L F dot suggest line name 1 of 68 app name line box dot add left parent self dot name line input
All
right
right,
parent.
I'm gonna save my file.
Name line box dot add left parent self dot name line input right parent.
Okay.
The name line box is a box just like the main box semi. However, this time it's a row box. That means
It's a row box,
content will be
so
added horizontally.
content's gonna be added horizontally.
The name content will be added horizontally, and it will try to make its width as narrow as possible.
All right.
Box also has some padding -5px on all sides.
All right, so it has some padding on all sides. Okay.
Now we define a button colon.
Now, before we define a button, I want to go ahead and make sure I didn't screw this up. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to run it. And the way I'm going to do that is briefcase dev.
Left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode. Trace back left parent most recent call last right parent colon file quote C colon backslash program files backslash windows apps backslash python soft top C colon backslash C tutorial top
Let
bland
me figure out what's wrong here.
bland unable to start application hello world bland 4.0 line x64 line qbz5 and 25 p0 backslash lib backslash inter backslash line dot py right parent import error colon cannot import name line padding from inter left parent C colon backslash program file
I know how to fix that.
App the meeting tutorial C colon back app dot py name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent name self dot name
Folks,
line
there was a autocomplete fail
name
here.
line label equals toga dot label left parent quote please enter your name quote style equals tag left parent padding left parent 0 self dot name line input equals toga dot text input left parent style equals tag left parent flex equals 1 right parent name main quote show the quote main name self name line box equals toga dot box left parent style equals tag left parent direction equals row padding equals 5 right parent
Okay.
name line box dot add left parent name line label right parent name line box dot add left parent self dot name line input right parent no and then bland
I think
space
there
self
was
dot main line window equals toga dot main window left parent title equals self dot formal line
Let
name
me
right no and
find
then
the
bland
error
more space
here.
step startup left parent self right
I'm
parent
going
colon
to do
no results found. Find edit multi
underscore.
line. Main line box equals toga dot box left parent. Style equals E. Main line box equals A from inter import line padding. One found. Line from inter import line padding import inter space MORF line P.
We're not using tkinter, so I'm going to kill that library there.
Tutorial 2
I'm going to run it.
left V briefcase dev left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode C colon backslash users backslash tayer backslash documents backslash BeeWare tutorial backslash backslash lib backslash site dash packages backslash CLR line loader backslash wrappers dot py colon 20 colon deprecation warning colon built-in tip TGC offset base has no line module line attribute return self dot line column blank name error colon name padding is not defined. Name line label equals toga dot label left parent quote please enter your name quote style equals tag left parent padding left parent 0 5 right parent
Alright, so we got a little error here, so let's figure this out.
from turtle from struct import
Whoa.
quote the tutorial application quote from turtle from struct import pack line feed F from turtle import st selected from data import name selected import toga selected import toga line feed quote import toga from toga dot style
We've got a ton of things that we don't need here.
app C colon left V briefcase dev left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode C colon backslash users backslash tayer backslash documents C colon top blank
I had a problem. And we're back now.
blank name error colon name padding is not defined.
Okay.
Meeting control app dot import from toga dot style from toga dot style import pack from toga dot style dot pack import column row blank class hello world blank 4 space step startup left parent self right parent colon
So again, this is all about trying to troubleshoot.
space quote
Sometimes you make mistakes.
Construct and show the toga. No, in the space usually you would add your application entry. Show the quote.
Okay.
Name line box equals toga dot box left parent. Style equals tag left parent. Direction equals column right parent. Name line label equals toga dot label left parent. Quote please enter your name. Quote style equals tag left parent. Padding left parent. Name toga dot label left please enter your name. Dot style equals style tag left padding. A P left parent P A D D I N G left
Let's
0.
see. So let me go look at this other
tutorial
line.
tutorial.
And again, it's all about trying to get this right.
Style equals tag left parent. Padding right parent. Style equals tag left parent. Style left parent 0. Left parent. Padding equals P left parent P A D D I N G equals style equals blank. Space S left parent padding E left A
Alright.
C A P equals P A C K left P A D D I N G equals left 0 comma space 5 right parent
Okay, so
F dot I dash left padding left parent P A D D I N G left 0 comma 5 right parent line feed right parent task line feed right parent 5 right parent line feed style equals tag left parent padding equals left parent 0 5 right parent style your name colon style right parent line feed S here read the self dot name line right style your name colon name line label equals toga dot label left parent.
So let me just do something real quick.
Right parent 5 comma 0 left parent G N I D D A P left parent K C A P equals P A C K left P A D D I N G.
Again, it's all about trying to troubleshoot this.
Padding left parent pack.
Because sometimes I'm gonna copy this
Next,
real quick.
next name line label equals widgets colon name line label N name your name style equals tag left right parent selected self dot name line self right parent right parent.
Because sometimes again, if I'm by myself,
name line label
right, am I trying to do this real quick? I'll just figure it out.
P A C K left parent.
But since we're trying to do this on
name line label toga. Name line label space equals space L E D A L Y E M A N space line right parent line space name line feed.
There we go. Let's see if I can't get this to work now.
Tutorial 2 meeting control row C colon back C D is not left parent D is not recognized left parent E E D briefcase dev left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode trace tag left parent blank unable to start application hello world blank syntax error colon invalid syntax 4 caret right parent self dot name line input equals toga dot app dot right parent space right parent space right parent space self dot name line input equals no 4 space style equals tag left parent padding equals left parent 0 5 no and then right parent line right parent 4 your name colon style equals right parent 8 space 4 6 space
Okay, get rid of that. Oops.
4 space right 6 space self dot name line input equals toga dot space as selected space
Michael's back. What?
I am back with some bad news.
What is that?
Well, so earlier we tried to load the travel tips app that they built using BeeWare. right?
Yes.
Well, it crashed, right?
Yes.
So I just ran the application. I just took the tutorial app that I made earlier and tried to run it on a simulator.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like BeeWare needs to update Rubicon, which is their Objective-C bindings.
Right.
Because it is crashing at every time you run the application.
That is unfortunate. That really, 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 really stinks.
It is. See, the problem... I mean, okay, for desktop applications in Python, this is the way.
It is.
Like they say in The Mandalorian, this is the way. This is amazing, and we're going to continue the stream and finish this part. And this may still work for Android, but the Rubicon library, which they use for BeeWare, is not. I was looking through the traceback and it tracks back to the Rubicon API.py file.
Trace back to, huh, Michael?
So that's very unfortunate.
That is.
It looked like it was going to run just fine until it doesn't. So
okay. All right. So let's see if I can get my code to work.
Left V, briefcase dev, left bracket hello world, right bracket starting in dev mode, left bracket hello world, right bracket starting in dev mode, traceback left land, unable to start application hello world, land, indentation error colon, unexpected indent.
Oh, wonderful.
App dot, right parent, self dot name line, space name line box equals token, 4 space self, space, 4 space name line box, space,
Yes. All right, let's do
line
this.
20.
20?
Line 20.
App dot, self name line box equals token dot box left parent, style equals tag left parent, direction equals space name line box dot add left parent, space selected, space selected, space selected, space.
They all need to be 4 spaces, I believe. No.
You've got a whole bunch of indentation problems.
I do. So, we're gonna fix it.
Show the main window. We then create usually no indent land. 8 space construct and show the token application.
See what.
4 space step start
This
left
needs to
parent.
be 8 spaces.
8 space usually you will add your application to
Can't I
the main content box.
re-indent stuff, Michael, or won't that help this situation?
Okay, so
This has to be 8 spaces.
your 19 is correct.
Okay.
So 20 needs to be lined up with 19.
Alright,
main
so
line box
let's
equals
go to...
third line colon 19
Okay,
character
so...
colon. Main line box equals token dot no indent name line label equals left parent. Label dot token name line label line n. 4 space name line space n.
One more.
Name line label equals token main
Yep.
name line label equals token dot label
It will
left
tell
parent.
me.
Now the lines below that. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
The lines below that need to go over as well.
So sometimes, folks, indentation, I mean, it's great, but sometimes there can be problems.
4 space U R your tick left parent line feed left parent line feed.
Okay.
Space,
What
line, left
happened
parent,
is I
line feed.
copied it,
Left
Michael.
parent L left parent label left parent L left parent line feed space your name colon 4 space style equals space comma line feed space space
That is still incorrect.
space style equals tag left parent padding
No,
equals
it's
left
not.
parent 0 5 right parent
Well,
parent.
that one's better.
Yes, it is.
What?
Both incorrect.
Incorrect? What?
Yes.
happened?
Mine are indented a lot, and then you need to go down one more and indent the next line as
4 space
well.
right parent line feed line feed space 4 space right parent state line space 4 space right parent
Whoa. Hold on.
space line feed.
Okay,
space,
now the home key
space,
should
space,
work.
space, right parent
Please.
space right parent space right parent.
Okay.
Style equals tag right parent.
Alright. How are we looking now?
You're... See, that's the thing. Up arrow once or twice.
Style equals tag your name colon.
Press tab on those lines.
They need to be 12 spaces?
Yes.
A tick. Style equals L
Okay.
Y T S space S 12 style equals tag left parent.
Because they're part of that line above.
Yes.
So they need to be, if you're putting them on their own lines, they need to be indented as well.
That's how the tutorial had it, because I was trying to figure out my errors, and I didn't want to waste a bunch of time, so. Alright. Should I run it?
Space right parent. 4 space self dot name line input equals toga dot text input left parent. Style equals back left parent. Flex equals 1 right parent. Right
I
parent.
think that the 24, 25, and 26 need to be moved over as well.
M. Name line input each dot. Self. Space S. 8 space self dot name 4 space name line box each space N. 8 name line 4 space E. Name line box space N. 8 space name line box dot add name line box dot add left parent.
That's right.
Name line label right parent.
That's better, Michael.
Okay, where's your button function?
I haven't added that yet.
Okay.
Because remember,
So
I was
if you
just trying
want-
to...
Yeah, you're going to have to get all your button stuff in before you can run this as well.
Oh, I can't just see how this... I want to make sure that my stuff actually worked before I had too many errors that were...
Yeah, you can go and try to run it and see what happens.
Yeah, I always try to run small chunks, because that way,
Left parent.
as a blind developer, especially if I can't use Braille, I know that I'm going to mess up somewhere.
Left V.
Right, so...
E space briefcase dev left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode C colon backslash users backslash taylor backslash documents backslash BeeWare tutorial backslash lib backslash site dash packages backslash CLR line loader
Okay.
backslash wrappers dot blank name error colon name tag is not defined name line box equals toga dot box left parent style equals tag left parent direction equals row pattern equals 5 right parent
Fun, huh, Michael?
Yep, let's go back to it.
Okay.
app dot pi
Michael's helping me. Michael's my debugger at the moment.
name line
And
box equals toga dot box left parent style equals tag left parent A M name toga dot box left style equals P A P equals
Oh.
P A P A P A P E
It's supposed to be uppercase.
it is.
Yep. Okay.
Save it and try again.
left V briefcase dev left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode C colon backslash users return EGC offset base has no line module line attribute C colon back left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode
Okay.
C colon EGC offset base has no line module line attribute return self dot line callable left parent 5 dot cast left parent quote void star quote buff line r right parent len left parent buff line r right blank return EGC offset
Interesting, huh, Michael?
C colon left bracket blank left parent BeeWare tutorial right parent C
You have a window.
colon backslash users
I do?
backslash app dot pi dash d tutorial 2 dash make an meeting controls row 2 restream chat row 2 hello world row 2 column 3606
A window?
Yes, you do. But it's an empty window because there's some things down past the button that have to be added to display the stuff.
Okay.
C colon back left parent app dot
So what I'm going to do, Michael, is try to just copy and paste the button stuff so I don't have to try to painfully,
The
laboriously type.
button and the lines below it, yes.
I'm just going to copy and paste it, folks, because I don't want to have to, you know.
And we'll just have to make sure we do the indentation, right?
Self.name line input
Yep.
equals toga dot here. We will have 5 px of padding on its left is marked as the text image and its next. We define the box. The whole name line box equals so name line the name line box of content will be added for. His box also has some padding dash 5. Now we define the button colon button equals toga dot colon D. Button say hello selected. Online press equals self dot say line hello selected.
And that's the function?
Style equals tag left parent. Padding equals 5 right parent selected. The button also has 5 p but right parent. Copy.
Okay.
App dot type. Self dot name line box equals name line box no and then blank. Line right parent. Line A space. E F I E space. A space U T T U T space A. Space E space A space U T T O N. Number blank.
I did that in case, you know, that way I could comment the code.
4 space style no and then right parent. The button also has 5 p. The button is pressed. And we add the name box of the button to the main box colon. Main line box dot main line box. This completes our latest main line box.
Okay.
Copy. Pass
Me-
circle blank right parent blank.
Alright, so all the code is here. So that's good. So now we just gotta indent and fix it. So,
Mid right force online say 8 space button equals toga
Alright.
button left parent. Number defines the button. Button 4 space comma. Hello. Say. Hit. Space hit. 8 space but say hello space. Hit.
this needs to be indented more.
Button equals toga dot button left number defines the button. Button 12 space say hello. 4 space online press equals self online press space O. O. 12 online press 4 space style equals tag left parent tag style equals E L Y T S space S. 12 style no and then right parent line V right parent. 12 space 8 space right parent 12 right parent.
How you like that, Michael?
Let's see.
I don't think I messed it up too much. I probably did, though, because, again, not a lot of, you know,
Unindent your parentheses there.
indent parentheses.
Right
I
parent
don't-
space right parent space
totally?
right parent space style 4 space right
There you
space
go.
right
Nope,
parent
nope.
space right parent
One more indent.
Okay.
12 space right parent.
There you go.
It has to be out one level.
Mm-hmm.
It would have told me regardless, probably. Be like, you can't do that. Okay, other than that, though.
Okay. Do we have our our button function in there.
We do not, so that's going to be coming up next.
This completes our main window and assigning the main box as the Windows content : self.mainline window equals token.main window left parent. Title equals self.formal line name right parent. Self.mainline window content equals mainline box. Self.mainline window show left parent right parent. The last thing we need to do is define the generator or asynchronous code routine semi. It accepts the widget that generated the event as an argument and will be invoked whenever the button is pressed : F say line hello left. F say print left parent. The body of the method is a simple print statement. Print left parent. Quote hello quote. Copy the circle. Node mainline box dot add left. Land space self.mainline window equals token.main window left parent. Title equals
And that
self.formal
goes
line name right
after
parent.
the show method, right, Mike? After the show. That's where it told me to put it.
It is, and then it's going to be
How do you tell NVDA to play sounds for indent levels?
Great question, Deborah. So what I do is I go under the document formatting, and I do, it says indentation, and I do both speech and tones, and I also set up an activity, or a configuration profile for VS Code so that it will automatically do that whenever I enter this application. So that's how I do that. What, Michael?
I'm not sure.
What were you going to say? Sorry, I had a chat message I had to respond to. Okay, so...
Self.mainline window content equals make self.mainline window show left parent right parent.
You say it goes after the show method? Because that's what it had me at.
Yes, it needs to be unindented one level.
Node and land. Space. Node and land. F say space self.main. Node and F say line colon. Line feed. Right widget, comma, self. Left parent say line hello. Def. Line D.
4 spaces.
Space 4 space F say line hello. Print left parent space. P. F say space print left parent. Quote hello. Quote. Self.mainline input dot value right parent.
Good.
Let's see. I'm seeing online that it may work in the simulator. I mean, oh no. Something's wrong. You've got some major indenting weirdness going on here. Major. Can you tell VS Code to just re-indent everything?
I should be able to do that.
L9. Type the name RE200IN 15 file developer colon reinstall extend file colon live share colon repair audio installation 415. E 3 results re-indent lines 1 of 3.
Yep.
Selected re-indent main landmark app.py editor.
Okay.
That didn't go well.
Oh no, what'd it do?
It unindented things that it should not have.
Okay.
Undo.
Undo?
Unselected.
Undo. Undo again. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Your main box on line 34 and 35 are completely at the left margin.
Space self.mainline window self.mainline window content equals make self.mainline window
Really?
equals token.main window left parent. Title equals self.node and land. Space self.main node mainline box dot add left mainline box mainline box dot add left parent button right parent.
Let me see, 34.
Yeah, one of the things that I think
go to line 3 4 go to line mainland space node and mainline box.
Jesus.
one of the things that you're going to have to work on a bit is you're hearing the tones, but I think you're having trouble identifying what needs to be indented and not on which levels.
I probably am. I'm not gonna doubt that.
Because you have a lot of code, because basically you have your class, you have your main one, you have your let me look back at my code. You have your what's it called? Class Hello World Toga app, right?
Yep.
That's the top level. And then you have your startup function. So your button function has to be on the same indent level, which is indent level 1, as your startup function. But everything in that needs to be indented, 1 or 2 or 3, So line, what was it, 34 that we saw?
It's 4 space mainline
Yes.
box dot add left parent name line box right parent.
4 spaces right now it's at.
It needs to be 8.
M. It's mainline box dot add left parent name line box right parent.
Okay. Same with the one below it.
Okay.
Node and mainline box X mainline box line feed M. X mainline box dot add left parent button right parent. Node and land.
Okay, so now your def say hello needs to be into 4.
Space self.mainline window equals token.main window left parent. Title equals self.mainline window dot show left node and def say line hello left line. Say line hello def. Line D. Space 4 space step say print left parent quote hello space P. Step space print left parent quote hello
That
quote
has to
self
be
There you
line
go.
right parent.
Mm-hmm. Let's go and give that a try.
Alright, let's give this a try, folks.
Tutorial 2 C colon backslash C. Lang left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode. C colon backslash users backslash Tay or backslash documents.
Wait, you know what? It didn't.
Left left parent left V. Briefcase dev. Left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode. Left bracket hello world right bracket starting in dev mode. C colon backslash users backslash Tay or backslash documents backslash return etc offset base has no line module
Did it
line
work, Michael?
C colon backslash. Tutorial meeting inventory stream chat hello world row 2 column 3 6 of your name say hello button. Your name colon edit blank.
Your name. Say hello. And this is fully accessible.
Whoa.
What? What'd I do?
It looks very Material-esque.
Like Flutter?
Yes. Very much like Flutter.
Is this a Flutter clone? Not Flutter clone.
Well, Google is, what does Material. But it's press tab for me. I want to see what happens.
Say hello button.
So it's interesting. Windows is using a very Material-esque design. It's putting like a blue line below the text field to identify the text field. It looks very good.
Like, would you...
It looks much...
Would you consider writing apps in this now?
Yes, very much. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, we could do Pocket Braille in this.
We could.
Very, very nice.
This is awesome. Anything else we want to cover on the stream, Michael?
Yes, actually, I am about to open the project in Xcode, and I'm going to try to run it directly on iOS and see what happens.
You're going to run it on iOS?
On my phone. I've seen problems where it's just included the simulator, so I want to try running it on an actual device.
Would you like to share your screen instead?
No, because I'm going to be running it on my device.
Okay.
So it would just be easier if I explain what's going to happen.
Okay. I just thought I'd give you the option.
Mm-hmm. Yep, hello world.xcproj.
And it automatically... Did you do briefcase build what?
iOS.
iOS. I want to code a bunch of things now.
And it's interesting because it even shows, like when you build it on the command line, it even shows, and what's neat is I could go into the project, I can see version number 0.0.1, has the bundle identifier. It's really pretty nice what it generates here, folks. So I'm going to first run it in on my iPhone and see what happens.
Yeah, I want to create a bunch of things. I know what we're going to be doing on our day off tomorrow, Michael.
I'm going to be doing two things. This and watching Stranger Things.
Right?
Okay, so... got to go to signing in capabilities.
Change your team.
Because, can't do anything unless you change your team.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. And does it still say my mother's personal team on my developer account? Yep. That's always fun. Luckily, Michael and I have the Techopolis Online Solutions LLC team, so that works out fine. But, man, that's what happens when your Apple ID
Prepare device for development.
Failed? Why'd it fail?
Prepare device for development.
That's fun.
Apple. I've got a rant.
Go ahead and rant.
I've got a rant. Whoever the idiot at Apple is, who feels like it is necessary to check Xcode and iOS compatibility, needs to be removed off premises from Apple Park
Immediately?
by force.
Oh.
And the reason why I say that is, no other developer environment does it say, you're running Xcode 12 and your iPhone is iPhone OS 15. or Android Studio, whatever, and you're on Android Studio, the later version. No, it just works because the process, right, for writing code and sending it to a device for debugging should not be dependent on the version that you have installed. You cannot guarantee that everybody is going to be on the latest release, and apparently our neighbors out in the hall agree with this. Are not going to be on the latest release of macOS that can support this.
They probably have no idea what they agreed themselves to.
Right. And so I do not agree with this. And what makes it worse is that version check is failing right now. And sometimes to make it work, I have to reboot my phone, which really degrades on developer time. And, if somebody gets a beta of software, it don't work.
Not at all.
I just built it and ran, and it just crashed.
That's an issue, folks.
So, let's see. Runtime .py, yeah. Oh, it says memory error at the bottom. So it sounds like there is problems with their Rubicon. Which is
unfortunate.
Kind of disappointing, yeah.
It is, but
Also,
I'm hoping that it kind of
to
works. What, Michael?
Yeah, I also tried to use another library with this, and it would not. The PyFCM library would not be found, even though it works on macOS. So it's close, but they're just going to need to update their binaries. It stinks because, Apple keeps updating these things, but they've got to stay on top of it if they want to be compatible with, iOS. macOS is a little more stable because it's been around for ever and ever and ever. But it's just one of those things. So...
Any other thoughts about the stream before we wrap it up? I personally found it's been a great stream. I've had a lot of fun.
Me as well. Yep, I've had a lot of fun. I'm gonna use this for desktop development because this is a great cross-platform. Toga is nice, makes very nice looking things. So. Highly recommend it. There's detailed lists, which are nice for displaying table views, just like mobile. And there's a split view, which lets you do, you could have like a list on the left and a multi-line text view or labels and things like that on the right.
I'm going to go ahead and also use this for desktop development. In fact, I'm going to go make something right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I can.
I would like to see I would like to see the project really improve on this. It's a really far, it's the best GUI development platform I've seen in Python. WX better than PySide.
Better than Kivy, better than Tkinter.
Yeah. So I would like to see this go a lot farther than what it is now. And where it is now is already leagues beyond what already exists. So good job for the folks that have made BeeWare. You don't have to beware of BeeWare. Yeah.
And with that, folks,
yep,
that's a wrap.
We're done. Yep.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thanks everybody for showing up and chatting. It's been great. And we'll continue. And, if we do get the iOS version to work, we may do another stream showing that. But, I'm pretty excited about this. So,
well, have a great day, folks. And who knows? I'm going to be making an application. So, all right, everyone.
Bye. Tutorial 2-meeting control row 2 column.